In Illinois late last week, a U.S. Air Force veteran, a 70-year-old U.S. Air Force veteran by the name of Dana Briggs, was part of an anti-ICE protest in Illinois, right? Donald Trump has sent ICE in there to do all these raids this week because he's mad at, Governor J.B. Pritzker, who, of course, is calling for the 25th Amendment to remove Trump from office, and I think he's 100% right about that. But Donald Trump is launching a war against Chicago. So there was this anti-ICE protest. It was completely peaceful. All they did was show up outside the ICE facility with their signs and chanting, "ICE, go away." That's it. They weren't even chanting profanities. They were not threatening these people in any way. They were just telling them, go away. And 70-year-old Air Force veteran Dana Briggs was one of those people telling the agents to their faces, but not in a violent way, go away. Next thing you know, Dana Briggs was knocked to the ground by ICE agents, flipped over, handcuffed, dragged to his feet, and pulled inside of the detention facility. Basically, ICE picked a fight with an elderly Air Force veteran, immediately knocked him out, and then dragged him inside and arrested him. For what? What was this man's crime? There were obviously hundreds of witnesses there, and those who spoke to the local media outlets, one of the only people covering this story, by the way, all said, all we saw was him get knocked to the ground. We didn't see him do anything. Nobody saw him do anything. There's no video of it. There's video of him getting knocked to the ground and video of before him getting knocked to the ground. But none of that video shows Mr. Briggs doing anything to provoke these ICE agents other than yelling, of course, "Go away, ICE," which is on video, sure. That's not a crime. You're allowed to say, "Go away, ICE." You're allowed to go up to an ICE officer and say, "Go away." You can do that. That's not illegal. And this man was arrested for it. And of course, veterans that were there also as part of this protest and veterans groups around the country are now starting to, speak out about this, sounding the alarm bells, because this man, by all available evidence, did absolutely nothing wrong. But it doesn't matter in Trump's America. It doesn't matter if you do nothing wrong. It doesn't matter if you're doing everything right. It doesn't matter if you're a U.S. citizen. I told the story last week about the guy from Alabama, a construction worker. He was arrested in an ICE raid. He was an American citizen and had his papers. He's like, "Let me show you my papers." And ICE said, "No, we don't care about that. You're coming with us." So then eventually they let him go. He goes to another construction site. They arrest him again in another raid. An American citizen. They don't care. ICE is not there to remove, as the administration says, the worst of the worst. They're not even there just to get people who are in the country illegally. They're there to get anybody they can. And if it happens to be a U.S. citizen who looks Hispanic, they'll do it. If it happens to be a U.S. citizen who tells them to go away, they're going to do it. This is Donald Trump's private police force that just got an $80 billion infusion from the one big beautiful bill. So if you think things are bad now, they're about to be so much worse once that $80 billion in new funding comes through. Thanks for watching, everyone. We're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us as we head towards this huge milestone.